Morning Internet, welcome to another fabulous adventure with the Urban Hiker. I'm on an island this morning in the middle of the Danube River here in Vienna. And the first part of my urban hike today is going to take me to what's called the Prater, which is a giant Ferris wheel, which Google Maps says is 2 kilometers from here. Now, as I mentioned in some of the other videos, in Istanbul and Bucharest, Google Maps and I do not see eye to eye, but I'm giving it another shot. So if it gets me to the Prater in somewhere near 2 kilometers, I might put it back on the good list. So stay tuned. Well, the first mistake today was made by me. So Google Maps is off the hook momentarily. I was trying to cross the bridge across the Danube on the wrong level. Apparently at the very top, you're not allowed to walk across the bridge. But there is a walkway and a bikeway underneath the bridge, and I'm trying to find that right now. So we're off to a shaky start. But urban hiking, you don't really care where you are, so it's not that big of a deal. Well, I found the right path, so all I got to do now is stick to it. As I'm crossing the river, though, I'm wondering how deep it is. You see some pretty large boats going up and down it, and when you look on the side, there's a lot of river boats, riverboat cruisers, or whatever you want to call them. So it must be pretty deep. And when you can see the water moving, you can tell it's moving pretty fast. This is the same river, of course, that flowed through Budapest. I guess I'm on the road. I should get on the sidewalk. That's better. Rules for walking, driving, biking in Vienna, I think, are very strict because everybody I see so far is following them. If there's a sign that says that you don't cross, it's red, then you wait until it's green, period. Cyclists, same thing. There are cycling lanes. Do not walk in the cycling lane. Google Maps is taking me through a residential area, as you can probably tell just by looking at the buildings and the lots of parking. One street over there is a major commercial street, probably 2 to 3 lanes in each direction. So this is a good choice of roads on the part of Google Maps. Well, I think we made it. I can see the wheel. It's still a little bit away. But it is over there, and it is moving. So I have no intention of riding it. But it is a nice landmark. And from there, I'm probably gonna go somewhere else. The Prater apparently is the name of an amusement park, not the Ferris wheel. The Ferris wheel is one of the attractions, of course, and from the sign I saw when I came in, the park has been here since 1766. So it's pretty old. I'm not sure if the wheel has been here that long. But as with all of my adventures, I'm always here early before anything opens, which is probably just as well. For anyone who's seen it, you may recall that the Ferris wheel scene in The Third Man, this is where it was filmed. The novel by Graham Greene was set in Vienna, post-World War II Vienna. And Orson Welles and I think Joseph Cotten were the two characters that met here at the wheel. And the discussion was on Orson Welles, who was supposedly dead, but it turns out that he wasn't. Anyway, if you're interested, the book is The Third Man by Graham Greene. And there's also a really good movie made on the same title, I think. It's such a nice day that I think I'm going to continue the walk to Stephansplatz, which is where the St. Stephen's Cathedral is. I don't know if it's a cathedral, but it's just a big church. It's also a big tourist area. And according to Google Maps, it's about 2 kilometers from here. So far, Google Maps is achieving flying colors this morning. So I'm going to stick with it and see if it gets me there. Google Maps even suggested that I get off the main street. Well, it's not even a main street, it was more of a residential street, and come down and walk along the river path. This, I'm not sure what river this is. It's probably part of the Danube, but I'm not sure what part. And on the GoPro, I'm not sure you can see that tower over there, but that is St. Stephen's Cathedral. That's where we're going. It's still about 1.8 kilometers away according to Google Maps. I think I mentioned in an earlier video that I had been to Vienna twice before. Both of those times were in November of the year. So it was cold, windy, a little bit snowy, generally unpleasant weather. But I still enjoyed the city. And in my research before coming here, I found a list of the world's most livable cities, and Vienna was listed as number 1. From what I can see of the infrastructure here so far, I can see how it gets that ranking. The trail that I'm on, if you can call it a trail, seems to be well used. There are people walking, running, cycling. And it's in the middle of the, well, not the middle of the day, it's about 10 o'clock on a Wednesday morning. Plus, when you're on the trail, it's relatively quiet. I sort of like it here. I'm pretty sure I was here the other day, only up on the top where the road is, because the boats and the landing looks familiar. Yeah, I was here the other day. I remember the Blue Danube cruise boat. And one of my favorite things to find in a city is a staircase. It's going to take us up to street level. And then probably, I don't know where it's going after that. I don't know anything about where I am in the city. I just follow directions on Google Maps. And you can sort of see the GoPro is terrible for shots that are far away, but you might be able to see the steeple again for the St. Stephen's Cathedral. But before we go any farther, we're going to stop and get a coffee. And Google Maps says we have about 400 meters to go. So far, the Google Maps have been working just fine. I might have to change my preferred map app to Google instead of Apple. The only thing that's different about the Apple is that when you're using Apple Maps, you can sort of tell the direction that you're actually facing. I think Google Maps is supposed to do that, but so far in my experience, it's not doing it. And it might be something the way the setting on my phone is, but I'll have to look into that. Now, I know there are some coffee snobs out there that are saying, Bill, why do you stop for coffee at McDonald's? But before I answer that question, ask yourself this. What's so special about something like Starbucks or some fancy schmancy coffee shop where you pay €6 for a cup of coffee? At McDonald's, it's less than €2. And it tastes good. It's good coffee. Starbucks coffee is burnt. So that's why I stop at McDonald's for coffee. Simply put, it's good coffee. And if you don't agree with me, well, just give it a try. And if you still don't agree with me after you've tried it, okay. But if you're just going to take the stance that it's bad coffee because it's not fancy, then you're making a bad decision. I think my ride back to the hotel just got here. Okay, we're running low on battery power, so I think I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to get on the underground and head back to the apartment. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Hey folks, thanks for watching. A recent study by J.D. Power and Associates found that 98% of those who subscribe to this channel have all of their wildest dreams come true. Think about it. Be seeing you.